In this video, we're going to walk through problem number 10 on the worksheet of solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. So in the gray box at the top, it's just some information. On the upper left, you see that's the standard form of the equation that we need to have it in order to use the quadratic. And in the upper right, of course, is the quadratic formula itself. So although it doesn't look like it, looking at the problem, negative y squared plus 8y equals 0, that actually is in the standard format. The reason that it looks a little bit funny is that it doesn't have this piece. So we can assume that that's just going to be 0. But it does have the squared y, the y squared, and the y in there. So it's in the format we need. So just trying to find the values. A is equal to negative 1. Remember, that's the coefficient of the y squared. B is 8, and C, like we said, since it's not present there, we'll use 0 for that value. So now we just need to plug all these into the formula and see what we get. So the formula starts with a negative b, right? In this case, b is 8. So it's negative 8 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is the 8 squared, minus 4 times a. In this case, a is negative 1, and c is 0, remember? And this is all over 2a, 2 times, and a was negative 1. All right, and this is what x is, or y is going to be in this case, because the variable is y. All right, so now let's work inside the square root sign. So we'll leave the negative 8 plus or minus. So 8 squared, what's that, about 64, minus 4 times 1 is 4, but then times 0 makes that 0. And again, it's all 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 in the denominator. All right. So now negative 8, we didn't do anything with that yet. 64 minus 0 is 64, right? And that's a perfect square. In other words, 8 times 8 is 64. So the square root of 64 is 8. And the denominator, we don't want to forget this, is negative 2. And now here's where we'll split the expression, because of the presence of this. So we'll branch off there, and there will be one where it's negative 8 plus 8. We'll use just the plus symbol, all divided by negative 2. And the other one will be the negative 8, and this time we'll use the minus sign. So it's minus 8, and again, all over negative 2. Don't forget that negative 2. It's really easy to do that. So in the top, negative 8 plus 8 is 0 divided by negative 2. So that's going to be 0. On the bottom, negative 8 and plus negative 8, that's going to be negative 16. And again, there's the negative 2. We'll divide negative 16 by negative 2, and we get a positive 8. So the solutions to this problem, values for y that make this the original equation true, are 0 and positive 8. Done.